Where is the button? Hey, we're live. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Are you doing well tonight? It's actually hasn't been a bit. I streamed yesterday. It's like my instinctive thing when I'm starting up stream is just to say, it's been a bit, when it really hasn't. Anyways, we are back to doing the longest grind ever. We're doing Celeste permadeath. Yeah. But it's not because I'm out of ideas. I actually do have things I want to do. But I want to get done with this. I know I'm not close, but both I'm really close, It could happen any moment. So that's fun. Alright. Let us do this like that. Alright. We'll just wait for people to start showing up. Pop out chat. Alright, so my audio works, right? I hope so. It'd be kind of nice if my audio worked without me having to ask chat. Okay, it works just fine. It's fine. We're all good. We're all golden. Get it? Golden, like the chapter 4 of Celeste. Alright. Let's actually close this window. Fuck. My bear statue was blocking it. My bear. Look at him. Isn't he fucking awesome? I think he's really cool. But maybe I'm just a cringer. Dude, this shirt makes me look like very muscular, very wide. I'm not actually built. I'm actually definitely still twink maxing. What if I close up the top button? Now I look like I'm at the office right now. So you need any help with that? Dude, it still looks so fucking built in this. I think it's just because my shoulders are broad. But look, my arms are so thin. Alright. Fuck it, let's just go in. Let's just go inside. Don't know why I said that. I'm not exactly sure that I meant to say that. Let's make myself small. Look, I'm small now. Wait, why is my webcam cropped so weirdly? It's fine. It's fine. Did I recrop this for Isaac? I probably did. Who cares? I need settings for you. Celeste. Okay. Are we good? We're good. Alright. Just one more sec. Perfetto. Let's get right into it. Half the reason I'm doing this is because someone in chat yesterday asked, one of the two people in chat yesterday asked whether or not we're done with this, and I had to sadly say no. Oh man. It sure has been a while since... I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Alright. Last time I did this, I got a throat infection that made me unable to hear on my right ear. So, let's see if that had to do with Celeste, or if it had to do with streaming, or if it had to do with, I don't know, sleeping next to a turned-on fan. Could really be anything, and by turned-on fan, I don't mean one of the electrical ones. Mycromator, you can't be saying that. Well, what if I do? What are you gonna do then? You gonna cry about it? Gonna piss your pants? Gonna poop and shit? You're gonna do that, right? Disgusting. Alright, this is just the same old chapter 1. I mean, really, I feel like I could do this in my sleep at this point. I feel like I barely even have to look at the screen for this. I just kind of have to, know what the room is. That I know the inputs to do. Or rather, my hands intuitively know the buttons to press. Muscle memory really is a crazy bitch. Which makes it even better when you get muscle memory for doing something incorrectly, so that's why you mess up the same room multiple times. Oh, fuck. Okay. I did just bonk my head there, even though I did not intend to do that. I surprisingly did not want to get a head trauma. Now, Madeline's already got enough trauma, emotionally. Well, it kind of is a head trauma if you think about it, you know. Considering your brain's in your head, right? Right? I also just kind of wanted to grind this on my own, just in general. Not necessarily because it's very good stream material, which it is. You know, if people were here to watch this, it'd be amazing stream material. I guess I just need to upload some videos and then stream, and that's how you get viewers again, I think. I'm not sure. It's also summer, so people aren't watching streams, I guess. Alright. Man, these dream blocks, I don't know. Ever since I first played this level, I've always wanted to go into one of those. Not because I feel like it'd be a particularly pleasant experience, which I'm not sure. I feel as though the dream blocks would be quite cold, you know? But that might be just because this whole level feels cold, emotionally. It's kind of the whole point, you know? It's nighttime. I really do love the falling stars in the dream sequence. Like, the background here is so fucking good. They really cooked with that one. Alright, just the same old badeline avoidance. I feel like chapter 1 and 2 are gimmies in the permadeath challenge at this point. I don't remember last time I died on 1 or 2. Let's turn down the audio. Yeah. I wonder where this door leads. I'd love to know. Oh goddammit, I need to move my mouse. It's funny, on my second monitor, I have this live display graph, you know, which gives me intricate details of how many viewers I have at any given moment in the stream, so I can, you know, see when I start dipping and rising. But right now, the bar is moved, so my mouse just hovers over a big 0. It's kind of funny. It doesn't affect me that much. I don't care as much anymore. But it's just funny how it just shows you a giant 0. Alright, let's remove my mouse from here. Ah. How wondrous. Maybe I just need to freshen up the thumbnail. Alright. Awake sequence, you know. Madeline sure just woke up. Madeline, wake up. Madeline woke up from the Matrix. I wonder what it means that the stars were falling in the dream sequence, but they're stationary in the awake sequence. I wonder if that means anything. Did Madeline feel like everything came crashing down there, perhaps? But that's just a theory. A gay theory. Because it's Celeste, you know. That one wasn't that funny. Yeah. Let's erase that from the stream. Wait, what is the guy called who, like, takes notes during a court session? Wait, fuck. The joke doesn't work if I don't know what he's called. A stenographer. Stenographer, strike that from the record at once. Stenographers are kind of crazy. Honestly, that sounds like such a funny concept. Like, I know YouTube auto captions your shit, but imagine if there was like a big streamer like Ludwig or something who just hired a stenographer who just sits next to him. And at the end of the stream, he just gets like a printed out copy of everything that was said on stream. I don't know why that bit is, it sounds funny because like you don't acknowledge the stenographer typing away during the whole thing. Except maybe when you make a funny joke, you tell him to strike it from the record. And other than that, you don't acknowledge him, and at the end of the stream, when you end it, he just hands you the pieces of paper. If you have lots of money, that sounds like a funny bit to pull. But those are the kind of things, you know, it's a bit weird as well, because yeah, there's plenty of things where you say, oh yeah, this bit would be really funny, you know, like do this without context and like no one will notice or something. But at the end of the day, I feel like viewers are a lot more oblivious than streamers give them credit for. I feel like if the stenographer was there, half the people wouldn't even notice. And I think that's why people don't do it, because you don't want to like pay for a stenographer and then like half the people don't even notice he's there. I gotta say, this room layout is a bit weird. Like, what are these? Are these supposed to be like lobby rooms? Are these supposed to be hotel rooms? Why are the ceilings so tall? Like, we clearly know that Celeste people aren't that big. The individual hotel rooms seem very tall. And like huge mess. I guess this is the lobby? No, this isn't the lobby. This is like it's like a hangout room, is what I imagine. That's my headcanon. Oh wait, I want it to go over this way. I always do this middle one first. So I get the smooth Oshiro talk on the second one. On the top one. I don't know why I keep hearing like electrical noises while I talk through my left ear. That probably sounds good. It has to do with the headphones for sure, but I wish I could fix it. Okay, maybe I just need to adjust this. Adjust this. Alright, got it. That's the first one of the huge messes done. I feel like this is still part of the tutorial experience, you know? Because frankly, I haven't been dying in Huge Mess a whole lot. I haven't been dying in Chapter 3 a whole lot anymore. Sort of like permanently got out of this hell. Out of Chapter 3 hell. Man, I've really been getting my life under control in like the past few days. I've been streaming again. I've been doing a bunch of shit I've been putting off. I've been cleaning my room, eating vegetables. I really finished rotting. But yeah, you need a good rotting session every now and then. Oh fuck, I forgot to do books. That's annoying. That's fine. Books isn't hard if you haven't done boxes. Books generally just isn't very hard. Oh wait, I still need to talk to Oshiro. To Mr. Oshiro. What's up, Mr. Oshiro? I pronounce it like you're a racist white guy. Nah, YouTube's gotta be fucking with me. They're telling me the average view duration of the stream is 15 seconds. I've been streaming for 13 minutes. That's not a great quote. Oh wait, this part actually is hard. Wait, no, it actually is hard if you haven't done boxes. Oh my god. If you've done boxes. Crazy. I didn't even realize. Well, it's not hard. It's just that it's different, you know. You know, having had books for boxes was kind of nice, I guess, but it didn't meaningfully change the experience. Alright. I'll know not to make that mistake again. It is annoying that I have to do this again. I did lose like 10 minutes of progress. Let's go full speedrun. In the sense that I literally do not change anything about my gameplay. Alright. Let's begin. That is really frustrating, the fact that I died there. That is pretty sad. I'm actually trying to go a little bit faster this time. Oh wait, that was stupid. That's not how I do this room when I speedrun it. God damn it, I messed up the wall. Wall bounce. I didn't see. I'm not even grabbing the good luck strawberry. I'm gonna have poor quality luck this run. That's how much I want to go fast. See that I even do shit like that, even though I feel like it. The way I just did it didn't even save time. All right. Oh man, okay. I guess I'm too daring while speedrunning. I'm too daring. Let's try again. Let's begin anew. All right. The really high-pitched notes. You know, it's because I didn't pick up the good luck strawberry. That's why I messed up. Not because I was trying to go too fast. I sacrificed the good luck strawberry for speed, and that's just not a sacrifice you should be willing to make. You can do this? Oh yeah, I can. I'm gonna do it right now, actually. Watch me. Okay, I instantly dash downwards instead of doing this, but... It's so weird, I feel like... Okay, I need to stop. I need to just play the game normally. At this point, I'm losing more time by speedrunning than I gain by speedrunning. That sounds like obvious, yeah. Yeah, Mycromator, you're right. Man. I don't know why. I just saw that lamppost that was overgrown by grass and moss. And that hit me like really in the emotions for some reason. I feel like I was reminded of something. Something like deep inside me, some memory that I do not intend to recall. I don't know what I was reminded of. Man, I can't wait for fall. For autumn. I really just cannot wait. I hate summer, but luckily we're getting a little bit of a cold front here in Germany for like 2 days. So we get 2 days that are kind of nice. And then it's back to suffering. Hooray! They do swag strats, yeah. Honestly, yeah, why not? Why not? I can do them consistently enough that I feel like I'll hit them in 80% of cases. And like, you know, if it's an 80% chance, not something you should do every time, but it's something you should do from time to time. I know that doesn't make any sense because all the events are statistically independent. But you know. I guess, yeah, the 20% chance will proc less often if you just play the game less times. So it does make a functional difference. Alright, I can already see this run's gonna make it past chapter 4. It's gonna make it past chapter 4. This one's going to be a really good one. Alright. Old site. It's kind of mean to call it old. I feel like, I don't know, I just pronounced old site as if it's like an insult, you know? Oh yeah, let's go to the old site. You know, it's fucking old and derelict and fucking broken. Just like Mycromator. That was actually really hurtful. I don't know why you would say that. Straw man I made up in my head. I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of my week. Do I look old? Okay. Did not kill myself. That was a good catch, Mycromator. I felt like the game didn't quite slow down yet, so that's why I had a double check, a little extra peek. But you know, it was worth taking a peek. That sounds like I'm a creep. You know, creeps when they return home without getting caught. It was worth getting a peek. Taking a peek, I guess, yeah. Also, taking a peek sounds like, has something to do with pissing. I feel like I could make something, like, really disturbing out of this. Like what sounds like K? I don't know. If you eke out a little bit of pee, that's a peek, you know? Like when you put a lot of pressure on it and there's like a few drops that come out, that's a peek. They're taking the peek. You know, when someone's not taking the piss, but they're taking the peek. Also, the Brits, they did cook with taking the piss. Are you taking the piss? Bum, bum, bum. I feel like the part I'd get the most returns from getting good at is probably awake. Like, I feel like if I could figure out how to chain those, like, hyper dashes, as they're called. Or are they called ultra dashes? I think both of those names are undoubtedly extremely cringe. But I feel like I'd be able to gain a lot of speed during this next part. Because I do it fairly slow. Mostly because I'm not quite good enough to chain the wave dashes. Or at least chain them in such a way that I get more speed. Like, see, that was kind of depressing, wasn't it? Just like Celeste is depressing. This game isn't depressing. It does hit you really hard when you're depressed, though. I don't think any game has ever been better for that. Chapter complete. Alright. Chapter 3 time. Time for chapter 3. Stay away from the doors. I remember there was this, you know, when I took the bus to school. What the fuck, man? I feel like I usually don't get this mad when I die. I usually don't get this upset when I die. I guess it's just because I really finished doing all the really boring stuff, and I managed to get to the kind of interesting stuff. God damn it. I feel like I've never had a problem with restarting. At least not when there was a chat around, you know? I think I could always bask in the glory that I felt as though the chat members were getting more frustrated by the death than I was. I think I could always find solace in that. Thinking about it, I think these... Oh my god. I think these Celeste mods could prove to be quite the therapeutic listen. For people who are interested in that. Which, I don't know, I don't think anyone is. Other than that... Let's just keep grinding. Now, continuing the dick to grindstone. Okay, yeah. That was a grindstone moment. See, I hit the 20% chance there, and that's why I should not go for it. I really did mess up. That was on me. That was my mistake. That one wasn't even on autopilot Mycromator. I can put that one down to manual input Mycromator. Like the manual input Mycromator, that's the one who's supposed to be good. I feel like what's happening is people are opening the stream seeing that I'm in prologue or chapter 1 or 2 and then just leaving again. I think that's what's happening. Maybe. This was the last time I mentioned view count for the day. Alright. Select save and quit from the pause menu. I know it says if you want to take a break, but I just think the concept that the game tells you to just quit, like fuck you, like select save and quit from the game, from the pause menu, and leave. Get out of here, man. The game's very encouraging. Yo, just like our new. I was gonna make a stupid bit where I pretend to be someone who gets mad at a game being encouraging. But then I noticed that it's not funny. Perhaps. I don't understand why that ogre mask is next to that house that we just passed. Is that supposed to be like a jack-o'-lantern that's been left since the end of October and still there? It always confuses me. We're getting to the room where, if Moto was here, he would be saying, "Are you beach ready?" Wait, I think we already passed the beach ready room. Yeah, we sure did. God damn it, I wasn't beach ready. Okay. Let's do the awesome little spike pixel jump. It sounds a lot more impressive than it really is, you know? Like, when you show this to people who aren't, like, really good at Celeste, they think you're the fucking GOAT. They think you're insane at this game. But I feel like the window to jump off of those corners is a lot more generous than you think. At least in my experience. I feel like I can hit it way more consistently than one would expect. I think what I like about the spike jump kind of is the fact that you don't need to watch a tutorial to understand how to get it, because if you just look at a video of someone doing it, you're like, oh, you can do that? And then if you grind it a little bit, you can do it yourself. I'll always just remember when I was grinding this game for speedruns for a little while, there's like this chapter 5 skip, right? Where in the mirror, like you skip the keys, I think. Like where you have to take the little big bubble over to the left and you get into the shaft. Those who watch speedruns, they snow. Those who snow. But anyways, I didn't understand that you had to do a forwards backwards wave dash. I kept diagonally jumping at the ground and then jumping off and wondering why I couldn't get enough height. Because the trick is so specific, you know? It's something you never use, I feel. Like the wave dash where you do the flat one and then you turn back because you get more height, but you get way less distance. But I guess sometimes you need that. Alright, we're finally making out of chapter 2 again. I feel like I got a lot more chapter 3 runs done, usually. Am I slightly out of practice? I guess, but that's not an excuse. I shouldn't be getting out of practice this quick. I guess I need to do a concerted effort again, where I like stream this for 7 days in a row again. And on the 7th day, I'll be goated. But, you know. You know. God fucking damn it. 355. I don't know why I just read out the number at the top. I just saw a number and I was like, I need to say something. 402. Get your live timer updates with Mycromator. Alright, that's the info stand reached. And the tourist information. It's kind of crazy. I mean, looking at the building, it looks like it's supposed to be a manned place. Which, imagine that's your full-time job, you know. As far as we can tell, barely anyone comes through here anymore. I guess we gotta have a look at the info point. Does it look abandoned? I'm not sure if it looks abandoned. I feel like it's still being utilized. Wait, why is there light coming out of there? Why is it illuminated? Is like the old site still a popular tourist destination? It'd be kind of crazy if the old site is the only one that actually has people visiting it, you know? Considering how the hotel and the Forsaken City is going. Man, I don't know. Forsaken City, I know it's supposed to be like urban hellscape and no one wants to live there because they want to be connected to nature or something. But I feel like the aesthetics are just so cool. Like, you're right next to... The city's basically built into the mountain, you know? You can, like, go skiing right after work because it's right next to you. It sounds kind of sick. And for business meetings, like, the people visiting, they go into this sick-ass hotel with a view over the city on this beautiful mountain. And it is a beautiful mountain. You know, Celeste Mountain. Even though it is mysterious with its powers. It is a good-looking mountain. That almost sounds like I find Mount Celeste sexually attractive. Not that I'm kidding. Alright. Just going through the motions a little bit. Mostly because I don't want to redo chapter 1 and 2 again. I feel like today the fear of having to restart is huge because I feel like I'm getting extra frustrated with chapter 1 and 2. It's because I spend so much time in there. But no more messing up past this point. I was gonna say no more fucking around, but I'm definitely gonna keep fucking around, you know? Like last time on chapter 4 where I carried a strawberry for like half an hour. That was kinda sick. Like, that's called fucking around. And I did find out, actually. Actually, I didn't find out. I didn't die because I fucked around with the strawberry. I died on the very last fucking dash. On the very last room, on the very last dash in chapter 4. Last time. Which is, it's not like it would have been a record breaker, but it would have been a huge morale booster to reach chapter 5 again. Alright. Let's have just give me one quick second. I gotta check something. Okay, now my mic's definitely working. Okay. That was just typical streamer paranoia. Don't mind that. Don't mind the... I was gonna say, don't mind the gap. Evil British tube system be like, don't mind the gap. If you find any suspicious objects, do not report them. It'd be a kind of a fun experience to leave, fun experiment to leave a suspicious object on a train and see if it gets actually reported. There's also that one video where you can like press a button. Like some trains have a button where you can talk to the conductor. There's this one video where a guy, he seems really in distress, just keeps pressing that button and keeps screaming, "Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem." And no one responds on the other end. And I think the video was supposed to be like an experiment to show that the buttons don't do anything. So like, in case someone did have a real problem, you know, that would be bad if the buttons didn't work. But it's just this guy who keeps pushing the conductor button, keeps saying, "Conductor, we have a problem." And like everyone else in the train car is getting extremely concerned and like started trying to stop him from spamming the button. That's a classic online video. Conductor really is a good name for the guy who drives the train. I think it's from the French word conduire. But I'm not sure. I think it is. I guess conduct is a word in English as well, but I'm guessing that conduct probably comes from French. Alright. We're almost done with Huge Mess. After this baby easy goo goo gaga wow wow room. Yeah, just have a look at that. Have a look at that. New record for the day. Actually making progress. Actually, we're not making progress. I feel like a run's only really good once I get to chapter 4, you know? Actually, once I get to chapter 5. I feel like... just because I haven't been playing that well lately, I can't just discount my progress, you know? Because at that point, I'd be saying, you know, if you're not winning, just move the goalpost to an easier goal. Which, I mean, is a valid strategy if you think about it. You know, if you intended to make brownies, and they turn out horrible, just say, I didn't intend to make delicious brownies. I just wanted to make brownies. And they're here. Very good. Very good. I feel like that room I've been messing up a lot on. Less so this room. I kind of got this bitch figured out. I used to die on here all the time. I really got it figured out. Okay. The key goes into the keyhole. I was gonna say it's like the children's game, but no, a key actually does not go into a key-shaped hole. If you think about it, you know? If you think about the silhouette of a key, if you think about a key shape, it's like a big round thing and a stick at the bottom and 2 more sticks sticking out the side. Oh, what's up, Mud? Welcome home. I think you've been here before. I think I recall the name Mud. Because it is a pretty funny name, I gotta say. I don't know. Something about just being named Mud is kind of funny. Oh yeah, my name is Wet Dirt. I'm gonna name my son Mud. That sounds like the fastest way to get bullied. Honestly, I feel like you wouldn't even bully the guy named Mud. You'd honestly just feel so bad for the kid. It's too low-hanging fruit. Alright. It feels good to finally see something new. Alright, I gotta actually keep moving though. So I get this bounce. I feel like, yeah. Because sometimes I'm off cycle, and that's when shit gets really annoying. Get the second bounce. I did not get the second bounce, surprisingly. Luckily, the second bounce isn't as essential. I used to die to this room. I don't know how. Okay. Whoa, that was really close. I did not intend for that to be that close. It's kind of weird how you say that so much in that sentence. I feel like you could probably construct a sentence that has more that's. Alright. Perfect. Perfect. We got chapter 3 done. Finally. We're out of prison. Yeah, I paid my bail. I'm out of prison. They set my bail at $10,000 and I paid it. They actually didn't. I haven't been to prison yet. I love how I say yet, as if I'm planning to go. Yeah, you know, it's actually my next summer vacation I was planning. I remember one time I died to the second cloud. That was a pretty fun experience. What happens when you die? We don't really know, but there's some leading theories. You know, I mean, some people say there's like an afterlife. Others say you might get reincarnated. You know, I personally believe it's kind of just over. I know that probably wasn't the question you were asking. No, if I die in the video game, then I delete the save file and I try again from the beginning. So, you know. It's kind of as if you had a golden berry. Just the all caps what? Alright. Man, that was such a funny question to ask. I'm so glad you asked that. What happens when you die? You know, really just a direct thing. It'd be funny if it was the first chat message. Alright. Okay. Moving blocks. I'm not a big fan of this gimmick, you know. Chapter 9 really ruined them for me. Or at least it ruined my opinion of them. I used to not care for them at all. You know, they'd be a thing that sure does exist. This part of the level is always a bit weird, you know. They're really experimenting with the moving blocks at this point. I do find it quite nice. You know, I don't grab that much in this game. So it kind of just looks like Madeline's hugging the moving blocks, you know. And considering the music is very cold in this level, it feels kind of nice, you know, just a little hug. I haven't been hugged in a long time. I'm kidding. That'd be kind of funny to just sneak those like depressing things in between your sentences, you know, for those who can read between the lines. Interesting idea. You make a book, but between some of the lines in the book, you put like really small text, like text size 0.5, and you know, the reader has to literally read between the lines using like a magnifying glass or something. And then the thing gets uploaded as an online PDF, and copying the text from the book becomes incredibly annoying. That sounds like a great idea. I also think your book publisher would be a great, big fan of that. Alright. Sick. We're gonna get to the snowball wind part, which is the actual difficult, exciting part of the level. Which is kind of unfortunate that it's located right at the end, you know? But I feel like that's the whole thing with this permadeath challenge, you know? The game gets progressively harder. So you have to do all the easy stuff, which was also kind of boring sometimes. You have to do it a lot to get to the interesting parts. Maybe I spoke too soon. I can't believe I just lived that. I should not have lived. Oh my god. I owe my life to some sort of power above. Okay. I'm messing up now. Alright. I need to calm down. That really just activated my heart rate. Unintentionally. Okay. Okay. This is the part where someone starts throwing snowballs at us. I'd really love to eventually find out who the fuck is throwing these snowballs, because you could say it's like the wind's causing snowballs, which is not a real phenomenon. I was gonna say which is a real phenomenon, but it really is not. Wind doesn't really do that. I guess it would be implied to be badeline because she does appear at the gondola. Which just reminds me of the one time in music class we talked about how some musician from Venice was a gondola conductor. And you know, in Venice the boats that they're moving around with, they're called gondola. So they were like, after like 20 minutes of talking about it in class, they finally raised their hand and were like, where are there gondolas in Venice? You know, back in the day, back in like the 1700s, they had gondolas. And then, you know, everyone just looked at them weird, which was kind of funny. But I mean, I guess it is incredibly random knowledge to know that for some reason the boats they used to go through Venice are called gondolas. Where the normal gondola you think about is the mountain one. It's this one. Also, I did it. Can you believe it? A secret code in the book actually sounds good. Imagine being a child and reading a book, and there was this one code you couldn't decode. You spent your entire life trying to code it, and then when you're a minute away from dying, you just find out it says toilet or something. Oh yeah, that's a good one actually. You know, just make like an incredibly cryptic ARG. Like you release a game, and there's like hidden codes throughout it, and you like have to work together on different save files with different copies of the game. And once you get to the end, it just is like, oh yeah, just wasted your time, haha. Good luck. Have fun playing the game. Sounds like a great idea. Or I don't know, you make up like a secret language that your fans have to decode. And once they finally do it, it just says like fucking nerd. That'd be kind of funny. But I would never do that. I feel like if I wanted to fuck with my player base for a game, I feel like I'd do something completely different, you know? I don't know why I was thinking about this, but imagine if, like, on release, You just drop Celeste, but there's no respawn mechanics. There's no checkpoint mechanics, and you tell people, you know, the game's gonna release in this sense that, like, you know, there's no checkpoints here. Once the first person manages to beat the game, we're gonna add in the checkpoint system. So, like, everyone's just grinding it out in order to make the experience nice for everyone. And I don't know why I think that's so funny to me, you know? Like, you just make the game incredibly hard and miserable, but once the first person does it, then you actually make the well-designed good game. You know? Someone had to take the burden. Did I actually really like Chapter 5? I'm so glad I made it here. You know, this chapter, by its theming and its music, went really hard. That's so cruel, it's funny, yeah. I guess I'm a bit of a masochist in that sense. Or I guess it's a sadist, not a masochist. Wait, what is that? It's like I mess up the definitions of those two words. Oh no, chat, we died! Whatever are we going to do? That actually doesn't count as a death. Madeline just imagined this happening. I think that's how that works. On the title screen, it doesn't say 1 death. You know, it still says 0 deaths. So this one doesn't count. Even though you do get the death animation. Oh. I was gonna say oh, like a fucking, like, Psy from Gangnam Style. Scripted death, yeah. Oh no, it's moving. Whatever are we going to do? I like how at a certain, like, time investment in the game, like at a certain point, once you've played the game for enough hours, the Seekers get more like... They become less enemies and more just normal obstacles, you know? Just because they directly kill you, it doesn't really change the fact... Like, think about it like that, alright? You need to play around the moving blocks in order not to die. And with the Seekers, you also have to play around them in order not to die. It's kind of the same thing functionally from a design perspective, but the Seeker feels a lot more personal, because he does seek you out. He is called a Seeker, after all. Kind of makes it sound like you're playing hide and seek with these guys. But no, I'm definitely not hiding. See, this is what I wanted to do, you know? This is how it would have gone. Alright. I messed up. I gotta delete the save file. Okay, I messed up twice, actually. Alright. Save and quit. That was a good run, though. Let's start over. And that's how this stream works. If you're new here, that's how that works, you know? You die, and you try again. That's kind of unfortunate, but I can't be too sad, you know? That was the best run I've had in a while. Welcome back to Prologue. Oh no, chat, are we gonna die? No, I messed up the jump! We'll never know what happened, you know? I just pressed pause. Let's climb. Okay, then. Whee. Time to get through this real quick. It takes like 10 minutes to get to chapter 4, I think. No, it doesn't take 10 minutes. I think it takes like 15. We were about 20 minutes into that run, so... Just for perspective's sake. For how much time we lost there. If you're not new to the channel, but you've never played this game before... Oh, yeah, right. It is a fun game. It is very difficult. But it is incredibly good. I'd say this is one of the few 10 out of 10s I'd give out, you know. Not many games get a 10 out of 10 for me. But this one does. It really is perfect, I feel. Well, some of the dialogue is corny, but... I feel like it's on the nose sometimes, but it's fine. This game hits really hard when you're depressed. Okay. What other games are 10 out of 10? I'd probably say The Binding of Isaac is 10 out of 10. It's the perfect roguelike, really. The Binding of Isaac is incredible. Another 10 out of 10. Super Mario Galaxy 2. That one was really good. That one is really, really good. And, other than that, I mean, I guess Hollow Knight, maybe. I was thinking about saying Pikmin 2, but I don't think... I think it's just for me, personally, I really like Pikmin 2. You know, if you ask a Pikmin player, it's really a flip of a coin. They'll either tell you Pikmin 2 is the worst fucking game ever created, and it's the worst game in the series, or they tell you that it's easily the best one, like not even close. And I think that's kind of funny. Goof picks? It is kind of funny, yeah. I know. But that's just me personally, you know? I guess I was gonna say Minecraft. Is Minecraft a 10 out of 10 game? Possibly. Pikmin 2 is not bad, not good. No, I wouldn't say Pikmin 2 is mid. You're a very rare case. You're a very rare case, you know? The fact that you say Pikmin 2 is a mid and you're like torn between whether it's good or not. That's strange. I feel like I rarely encounter those types of people. I personally fucking love Pikmin 2, you know? People will say it randomly drops bombs on you. Yeah. You gotta be ready for that. Unfortunately. The game is just, it's so bullshit and it's so weird. Minecraft's maybe a 7 out of 10. 8 out of 10. That's what I was thinking, because I think the progression of the game really kind of falls off once you get diamond tools, you know? At that point, the game becomes a lot less fun. I think if they could change the game in order to be much better. Like one suggestion I saw, for example, was like instead of requiring blaze powder to craft Eyes of Ender, you should have to get an echo shard and blaze powder and like wind charges or something like that. So you actually have to visit all the difficult areas in the game, because I think the way it was originally designed is in order to beat the Ender Dragon, you have to do all the difficult extra stuff in the game. You have to visit a whole lot of places in the world. But now it's not true anymore. You know, now getting to the Nether is extremely easy. You know, and you don't experience like half the game if you just beat it. It's a bit of a strange design choice. Soundtrack's really good though. C418 really outdid himself on the normal overworld tracks, and I actually really like the ones by Lino Rain as well. I mean, I guess it would make sense. I am a big fan of Celeste soundtrack. I haven't played in a while, since like February or January. Damn, you really just hit me painfully in the heart by saying in a while and then since February or January. I feel like that was so not long ago, but then I recall, yeah, that shit is 5 months ago. That sure is like half a year. God fucking damn it, time flies. But I mean, the last time I streamed regularly before, like, this spat just now was like February 14th, yeah. I actually did stream on Valentine's, that was kind of funny. So it's not like me or my viewers were busy that day. I'm back at chapter 3, which is kind of nice. I like how you can just see me do like even the teabagging is in my muscle memory now. Summer break right now. The days are flying. Oh yeah, right. Summer break is on. Now in Germany, summer break's kind of fucked up, or at least in the part of Germany where I was, where I went to school. You were there on the Valentine's Day stream. I mean, as I said, you know, it's not like me or my viewers were busy that day. No, in Bavaria, summer break always started as soon as August hit. So summer break was always like the last day of July was the last day of school. Which is kind of fucked up, you know. That meant that summer break lasted from like as late as July 30th up until like September 24th. Which is kind of sick. I mean, it was kind of awesome because most summer breaks started like in June or July. So that means that while you're on your summer vacation, everything's cheap because everyone's already gone. Yeah, for yours it's June 2nd. Yeah, and I mean, in university it's kind of the same thing. I'm still stuck writing exams for uni until August 5th, so that's when my summer vacation starts. But no, yeah, I mean, vacations and breaks are always really nice. For like the first 2 weeks, and then becomes the part where you just lose track of the days, you know? You sort of start wilting away, you know? You enter a vegetative state. I recall one time during, I think it was a fall break maybe, which is like 1 week long. I just like, I got back into Stardew Valley, and I found this one live streamer, Argon Matrix, he's kind of sick, and I just listened to his VODs of like one stream series while playing Stardew Valley, that's probably the most degenerate like thing I've done in a long time, was just like grinding that game like all day, you know. I'd really just wake up at like 11, play Stardew all day while listening to VODs, and then go back to bed and do the same thing the next day. Oh wow. Wait, is it pouring outside? Oh no, that's just the sound effect of the game. Goddamn, I got excited for a second. I thought rain started outside, but it's just the waterfall sound effects in the game. It's been so dry here. It's so awful. At least there's a cold front for like 3 days. So it's like 20 degrees outside instead of 37 like last week. God, that made me want to kill myself, man. 37 degrees Celsius should not be a legal temperature. They should outlaw it. You know, the German government, you know, they should pass a law that just says no temperatures above 30 degrees. Yeah, the heat wave really got you. Yeah, it kind of fucked me up. At least they said like all lectures are online, so I didn't have to go to the city where my university is, which is like a 40-minute bicycle ride away, which was kind of nice, you know. Kind of really didn't want to cycle for 40 minutes in 37 degrees. Oh god, 44 degrees at school with no AC? Ah, that sounds horrendous. Yeah, no, you can't learn anything that way. Wait, did I mess up? I didn't mess up. I thought I might have done books. I thought I might have skipped books again on accident, but I did not. Nah. Honestly, that was really nice. It's like, when it got that hot, I think as soon as you hit like 34 degrees, the principal at schools here was allowed to call, like heat-free, hitzefrei is what they would call it. Where they would say no more class after like 4th period or something. Which is kind of nice, you know, but it just makes sense, because realistically, what the hell are you gonna learn at 44 degrees, you know? You're not gonna learn anything like that. At that point, you're just torturing the kids. But now there's like a lot more methods. I feel like these days, the school would probably just be like, oh yeah, online class. It's kind of interesting, you know. I was in school during COVID, so I was there when all that shit was rolled out for the first time. It worked surprisingly well, I will say. At least the heat waves were during the last days of school. Not much learning, anyways. Yeah. So I gotta go now? Alright, have a good one. Thank you for dropping by. Nice talking. I'll see you around, hopefully. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Have a tickle-tastic day. Oh, God. Not a tickle-tastic day. Alright. Time to fight Oshiro again. This is the part where it actually gets interesting again, you know, the game. It actually gets kind of interesting again. Unless I die, like, right here. It'd be kind of funny if I mess up one of those jumps. I feel like those would be the most frustrating jumps, you know? Like, doing, like, the connection rooms leading up to a difficult part. I actually don't know if Oshiro's more difficult than the rest of the level at this point, because I've got muscle memory and, like, routes and routines for it all. So I feel like Oshiro is mostly kind of just the same as everything else. So I just gotta, you know, get the execution right. And I feel like you also have more room for error for this shit. Like, if you understand Mr. Oshiro's dashing mechanics, you can save yourself more easily. I love this part of the song. Oh, I don't know why I did 2 bounces there. That was kind of a rash decision. Okay. Man, my hands just got sweaty for some reason. I don't know why. Am I nervous? I'm a little nervous. I'm not a little nervous. Okay. Oshiro dash. One of the big ones. That wasn't a big one. That was a normal sized one. Yeah. Alright, come at me, bro. Dude, am I fucking 2016 or something? When did people say come at me, bro? I feel like that's a reference to something, but I don't remember what. That's how long it's been since that was like a phrase people said. Alright. Alright. Chapter complete. The Celestial Resort is now done. As you can see, I haven't died a single time. Climbing tip, low energy in a pinch. Jumping away from walls does not consume stamina. I don't know why I just entered British mode while reading, but I'm not opposed to it, particularly. I used to be able to do a much better British accent, but now I feel like I'm struggling a bit. I need to listen to a lot more British content. Alright, there's Granny. That's me when I lose a run. I just kind of laugh. I feel like I don't react that much when I do lose a run. It depends on how I die. I kind of pride myself on the fact that I barely react. You know? That everything's the same to me. You know, it's all the same. Pride myself on that fact. I love being depressed. I'm actually not depressed anymore. It's crazy. You really can beat depression, you know? I really did just fuck that shit up. I mean, it's easy to roll back into it if you allow yourself to. That's the tough part, you know? It feels very comforting to be sad. I guess, at least that's how it was for me, you know? There's a sort of... You feel good. I don't know why. Is it self-pity or something? But, I don't know, like laying in bed listening to sad music while, like, making a depressed face and feeling depressed, it feels kind of good, you know? It's almost addicting. It's like your brain gets into this fucked up thing where it enjoys this. It's kind of weird. You know, wistfully thinking about things. Looking into the distance with no facial expression. It's kind of fun. But maybe it's just that my brain had gotten long-term fucked up from being depressed and it interpreted that as being fun. But if you keep engaging in that behavior, you're gonna be depressed. If you act like you're depressed, you're gonna be depressed. That's the tough part, you know? You kind of need to act as if you're happy. You know, there's a classic line of I put on a face that looks like I smile, you know? But putting on the face and tricking yourself, like actually committing to the bit, committing to the face, and like laughing all day and acting like what you're doing is fun. That's how you really move on. You know? But if you keep trapping yourself in the cycle of like, oh yeah, I'm depressed, so I'm gonna act depressed, that reinforces the cycle. So I don't like when people say it gets better, because it doesn't get better on its own. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just one guy. I'm not your therapist. I was thinking for a little while about studying psychology. Glad I didn't study that fake shit, instead went into economics. You think I joke, but the only people in the sciences that handle statistical analysis worse than the political scientists and the economists are psychologists. Psychologists really, they play it loose with data, I'm gonna say it like that. They don't really pay attention to margins of error in statistics. But you know, proving someone else's work or disproving it doesn't win you any Nobel Prizes. Or any citations for that matter. It's thankless work. But someone's got to do it. It's tough. Alright. Perfect. Now we're at the snowball section. The one that everyone loves. Is the one section that everyone loves because there's snowballs. Who doesn't love a good snowball fight? Yeah, I loved snowball fights as a kid. Dude, I thought that was like the funnest shit ever. Is that a real word? Can you say funnest? I guess you do have to say most fun. Kind of cringe. English language cringe. The English language posted cringe? Okay, that was... Dude, I am putting myself into quite precarious situations. I was thinking about I guess I could have said precarious conditions. That would have sounded very fancy. But I decided to go for the normie way, you know. Precarious circumstances. Now that sounds refined. God damn it, my thumb hurts. But I'm on the last room of chapter 4. Man, the stream didn't go well, but the gameplay sure did. 2 chapter 5 runs in one day? Oh, you're spoiling me, game. I guess the game isn't spoiling me, I just kinda got good. No one's here to see them, though. Mirror Temple. I was talking about this earlier before I died, or I read some chat message. The theming for this level, I'm a big fan of it, because, you know, I remember I had like a few of my friends play this together with me. Like I watched them play the game. And when they found out that the next chapter was called Mirror Temple, they genuinely, like, were shocked. You know, they felt almost fearful. Like, consider this. You just got through that anxiety attack phase of chapter 4, which is pretty scary. It's pretty intense. The song Anxiety gets really intense. Not as intense as Star Jump, but it's still, you know, it's still not nothing. And then you see that the next chapter is Mirror Temple. You feel so bad for Madeline. Like, you know something bad's gonna happen here. And it does. This is definitely the darkest chapter in the game. I feel like this is definitely the client. Like this and talking to Theo out right afterwards, that's the thematic climax of this game. That's what elevates this game to the 10 out of 10 experience that I think it is. Because frankly, man, that, like, once you start thinking about it and understand, oh yeah, when Madeline looked in the mirror, that was her thoughts. You control the seeker. You're killing yourself. It feels a bit intense. This whole chapter is a bit intense, you know, frankly. Did my internet die? I quickly want to check. Just give me a second. No, it seems fine. Alright. It's like my little live stream preview that I have in the corner of my eye. Like, it sort of started just infinitely buffering, which is not a big fan of that. You know, it kind of doesn't inspire much confidence. Let's pop out the chat, and let's go top chat. Yeah, and hide the view count. Alright. Sick. Alright, last time I died in like that one random secret room. I think I know the one. I know the one. I can't quite describe it, but it's the most difficult secret room. I also think it's the last one. Middle. Yep. It's nice that I actually, because I grinded Golden Berry for this, I know the timings and I know the routes for the rooms. At least kind of, for some rooms I'll still go a very weird path because I'll play on reaction instead of, just playing. Instead of going through the motions. Which is also part of the reason why... Why can't I get the precise dashing angles? Is like my control stick messed up? I feel like I usually get like a lot more precise dashes. Like you're able to do more than just diagonal. I'm able to do very diagonal, kind of diagonal. I feel like is my joystick like messed up? That's weird. Alright. Sure, it's fine. It's fine. God damn it, my throat's getting very dry now. I'm actually gonna have a sip of water. Just in case. I don't want to actually get another throat infection. Sorry about the gurgle. Like last time I streamed Celeste Permadeath, I talked for so long that my throat started getting really dry. And then I got a throat infection. So now I'm scared that it might happen again. Which I do, in fact, not want to happen again. It's gonna be fine. Alright. This time I'm actually gonna clear it. Unless I'm not. That was kind of messed up. I just kind of fucked up there. Alright, this is a much better route for this than the one I did last time. Oh, I think... Wait, is this the room I died in? No, it's not. I died on another one. I think I died on the one after this, maybe? No, I died on a different one. I keep forgetting what order they're in. Oh, this is the one I died on. Because I fucked up jumping on his head. That's what I find to be my most consistent strat. That's just because I'm personally not... Like, I'm pretty good at bouncing on their heads. Oh, wow, that was pretty scary, actually. I'm personally pretty good at bouncing on their heads, so... That's why I like doing that. Oh, it actually is the last one. That's crazy. That's crazy. I died on the last, like... the last part of that section of the level, I guess. I feel like it is a separate section of the level. Like, this counts towards that, Alright, let's see if I can still do the trick I haven't done in a while. It's not that difficult, but, it's still a bit scary every time. Okay. How's Celeste going? I mean, you're seeing it. I'm in chapter 5. It's not often that that Mycromator gets to chapter 5. Okay, that was actually pretty scary. I did kind of fuck around with that seeker. I don't like him fucking around with me so closely. I'd prefer him to keep his distance. I just bounced him on it. I just bounced on a stupid ass head. Alright, just do one of those and dodge him. Oh man, at this point my commentary is deteriorating because I've got less muscle memory for this shit. Okay, that was really poorly played. I want to bounce on him. God, that sounds not quite right. I don't want to bounce on those things. I'm not into tentacles. Oh yeah, I do need to grab you. I do need to take Theo with me, perhaps. That might be a good idea to take him with me. Oh man. No, this is actually my second chapter 5 run for the day, Nezro. Welcome home, by the way. I kind of forgot to say welcome home. I kind of just acknowledged your existence by reading your message. Oh, fuck. I messed up. There we go. Now I feel safe. I feel a lot safer if I can hop on him, Hawk to a jump on that thing. They gotta stop saying Hawk to him, man. Like, the meme is long since not funny, We've reached the point where the post-ironic version of it isn't even funny anymore. You know, where you pretend that it's funny? Even that isn't that funny anymore. Okay, whoa, that was really... You felt unwelcome until I said welcome home. Yeah, that's why we say it. And I'm sorry that I had you wait so long to start feeling welcome. Okay, wow, why did he just fly towards me for no reason without dashing? Not a big fan of him doing that. Alright. I need to really work on it, I'm really sorry. Why do I have this crown again? Because, I actually really don't know. I actually really don't know, because there was some other guy in chat earlier who sent a bunch of messages. I guess you're, like, channel-wide my #1 fan right now? I thought it went by stream, but I guess it goes by channel. Oh my fucking god. I do not like the situation I find myself in. That was quite precarious. Okay. I just needed a second to remember, like, how do you do this again? Oh my god, we're actually right at the end. Dude, Dude, we might be goated. Dude! You're honored to be my #1 fan. Yeah. Oh my god. Holy. Oh, shockwave. We got it. That's chapter 5 done. Boy, has it been a while since a chapter 6 run. Oh my god. It has been a while since I got this far. That's crazy. Do I even still know how to do this level? Probably, actually. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, right, so I do need to do star jump still. I mean, it's not like you can die here, but, you know. Actually, you can. I'm pretty sure you do need to be at least a little bit careful. But only just a little bit. Like, it's fairly difficult to die during this section of the game. Like, you know. Holy moly, you're going chapter 6, yeah. Let's see if I can set a new record. My record was one of the badeline rooms, so let's see if we can beat that. I think it was the last badeline room, like the second to last badeline room before the blocks start moving. It's like before phase 2, I guess. I guess at least the closest thing that boss fight has to a phase 2. I do not like going that fast from the block. Alright. Yeah, I'm noticing that I do not have muscle memory for this. I'm really just playing off of reaction, so that's good. Boom. Am I doing till chapter 8 or only till the summit? No, I'm doing until the credits roll, which is after summit. So, you know. Good-o. That's why I say it could happen any day. You know, I could just randomly lock in and fucking do it, you know? Or I guess it could never happen, you know? Both of these things are true. Oh, man. It feels so wrong. Especially because, like, in the beginning of the stream, I really fucking sucked. Like, I just got 3 insane runs in a row, you know? Like, the previous run, I got 2 chapter 5, and I got past the mirror. And now I'm in chapter 6. I think I went up first. I really don't remember what order I did these in. Because there are ones that are far easier than the others, you know? Like, this one isn't hard in the slightest. Boom. Pretty sure I kept going up here. Oh yeah, this one's also really easy. And this chapter really only gets hard during the badeline fight, to be fair. Oh yeah, this is where you go bottom path, I think. Yeah. Or at least this is the one I usually went with. I'm not sure if the other one's harder or easier. It's where you went top with. Except for the weird ass commentary, I'm a bit nervous actually. I haven't been nervous playing Celeste in a while. It's kind of nice. I can drop some random lore about chapter 6 too. This is one of the chapters that changed the most before release, is what the developers say at least. Because this used to be a water level for the most part. Not for the most part, but there was a huge underwater section for this. Which is why the water is so weirdly integrated. No! I can't. It's so easy too. Like, watch this. Yeah, it's so easy, man. Oh, man. God damn it. Let's see if I would have done it. You know, honestly, I need practice for chapter 6. Usually I'd restart right away, but I need practice for this, so... Okay. I wouldn't have gotten much further, you know. That's so sad. Man, that was not a fun way to die. Shit, chapter 6 run cooked, yeah. But I can't be upset, really, you know? I had an insane run. Yeah, this is the part of the level they changed a lot, you know? You see how there's like an extra part of the song they added for this? Like with the... You know the one I mean. The reason this song, it doesn't really play for very long. It plays for like a few rooms. But the reason that happens... Whoa, I need to... This is not an accurate simulation of what I would play like if I was deathless, but I want to practice battle and boss fight. And see now they add the bass, right? And there's this one underwater room right here. Alright? And now... This is the last room of this section. This section was like 3 rooms long. That seems a bit short, doesn't it? Yeah, because they removed a bunch of rooms from this part. This is also why in the 6B side, there's so much more rooms where you just fall a bunch. You can't hear the Celeste audio at all? Oh yeah, I probably overcompensated the audio balancing. I'm always scared that people can't hear me, you know? I was paranoid about that. Okay, so... Let's see if we could have beaten badeline, you know? Okay, that was pretty poor gameplay. Oh wow, that was very greedy of me. Dude, I mean, I think I would play the same way, though. I feel like I'm not nearly as scared of badeline as I used to be. Like, after grinding the golden berry for this chapter... Yeah, it really... Okay, wow. Okay, so... This room I need to watch out for, apparently. So she shoots 4 volleys. Oh, wow. Wait, how did I do this? Oh, yeah, I probably did this. Okay. Okay. Good thing I'm practicing, you know? I would have definitely messed up on that room. I'm not going to practice chapter 7, though, you know? The only reason I'm okay with doing this is because I got to chapter 6. And I kind of need to end the stream after this run. Well, why do I need to end the stream? I mean, I just feel my throat getting a bit dry. I guess I could do one more. I'll think about it. Alright. Have a look at this. I'm pretty sure I died in the room... I think I died in the room before this. Not sure though. I need to watch the VOD of the record run, and I do not know when that was. Now I'll just say I beat my record when I get to the moving blocks part of the boss fight, which is coming up soon, ish. Oh wow, crazy. Okay, now I'm starting to really now I'm really just messing up a bunch. This is not an accurate simulation of what a deathless run would look like at all anymore. Okay. Man, I just love doing this boss. It's just really fun. It's the most unique Celeste gameplay of the entire run, you know? Because you attack a boss. I love this gimmick. I love the badeline boss fight. And see, yeah, this is the part where she starts moving the blocks on her own. Okay. Apparently this shit is really hard. Well, lock in. Let's do this part deathless. I haven't died on the moving blocks part except for like the very first room. But that doesn't count. It doesn't count, surely. Oh, bosses are always cool, especially badeline, yeah. And it's like the only boss in the game, you know? You don't really fight anyone else, unless you count catching the bird as a boss fight. But I wouldn't really say the bird is working against you in Farewell, you know? He seems like more of an ally. I like the bird. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. That, if I died like this in a permadeath run, I'd be extremely mad. Like, I'd be furious. Like, that would, like, I think I would get really upset if I died like that, because that was just a simple misinput. At least I feel like I made a mistake during the way I died on this one. It's unfortunate. Have I beaten Chapter 9? Yeah, I've beaten all of the game. I haven't done it Golden Berry, you know. Which I guess that's the next grind I'm doing after beating the whole game permadeath. That's the only thing in the game I haven't done permadeath. And 7B. I'm missing the 7B side, and I'm missing Chapter 9. 7B is just because I don't grind it out that much. I feel... I realistically could knock it out on like 3 streams maybe, 2 maybe. I don't think it'd take that long if I would actually stream it. Like, if I put as much time into 7B as I do into this shit, you know? I would have been long done by now. I feel like doing the whole game deathless is definitely harder than doing Chapter 9. Not because, you know, Chapter 9 is so easy, but just because the game is so long. There's so many rooms. Alright. And with that, we save and quit. We save, quit. Okay. 10 deaths. That was not my greatest performance. But I did get pretty far. I did pretty well. Like, you gotta say, I did pretty well. Can't be mad. I think I'll call it with that, you know? And I guess we can do one Chapter 7B attempt. Let's hit one Chapter 7B attempt, you know? Let's hit one. Maybe I just randomly do it. That'd be fun. Can you show how many deaths I have on my main save? I guess I can. I guess you could see it for a second, but I'll show it after that. You have to note that this is my second main save, because I had one on my Nintendo Switch, which that one is the save file I first played this game on. So I have to consider that this save file I started playing after already having grinded half the golden berries in the game on my Switch. So, it's not really a fair comparison. But it did put 85 hours in this save file. What the fuck? I wonder how much of that is just me having the game open. I think probably quite a lot. You have 10k deaths and 5k of those are on Chapter 9. Damn, that's crazy. Boop. Maybe I need to just do another 100% playthrough of Celeste, like, including golden berries. I feel like even once I'm done with permadeath, which I think today's day has proven is less far away than you might think, I think I'll still have Celeste in my stream rotation. I don't think I'll play it that as consistently as I did during permadeath, because I really do want to get done with this challenge. But, you know. Alright, Chapter 2 part. A good run. It's only a good one once you get to the Chapter 4 part. You know, it's kind of like playing the main game. It's only a good run once you get to Golden Ridge. It's not called Golden. The song's called Golden. The level's called Golden Ridge. Okay, that was pretty scary. Well. I'm playing on the edge. I'm edging right now. Man, I love being good at a game. I love playing a game I'm good at. You know, not like Flash Isaac. Dude, Flash Isaac kind of like kicked my ass yesterday. I'm probably not even gonna make a video out of the stream yesterday. Even though it was pretty funny, you know. I did run some funny jokes. I didn't beat it, right? I didn't beat the game. I didn't win the run, any run. And secondly, I forgot to press record, so the video quality would be a lot lower. Yeah, I'd only get the YouTube stream re-upload, which that one's kind of fucked up. All right, for this part, I did this, yeah. Oh no, I'm doing a different strat. Yep, that's where it ends. All right. I forgot what strat I did there, or at least I remembered too late. I have 7,800 deaths. Let's have a look at how these are distributed. How many deaths do I have on? Yeah, see, like 1,000 of those are just grinding the B side on this. How many deaths do I have on Farewell? 1,400. That's pretty good. 1,500 on this B side. This one was quite rough. Look how few I have on this. It's kind of crazy. 132 just for the B side here. 168. 16. 46. That's kind of funny. Alright. Well then. Thank you for coming by, you know. I'd actually like to play some more, but it's getting quite late and my throat's getting quite dry. And I am just concerned, because last time I streamed Celeste Permadeath, my throat got so dry that I got a throat infection. I don't think you want that to happen again, because at that point you'll have to wait a bunch till the next stream, and I don't think you want me to do that. I don't think you want to wait a bunch till the next stream. I might be wrong about that though. Maybe you hate seeing me. Alright. With all that said, pretty successful. We kind of set a new record, quote unquote, because I feel like the last record I set during a different grinding phase, you know, like way earlier on. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'm probably not gonna stream tomorrow. I'll think about it, because I'll either be out drinking or I'll be home late. So I'll have to see what I do. But maybe I don't go out. Maybe it's there's reasons why I wouldn't. I'll think about it. So yeah, with all that said, the name has been Mycromator. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care and bye. See ya.